Okay, hi, my name is Neven Melek. I'm originally from Egypt. I'm a human rights advocate. I worked as a lawyer for more than 20 years. And I worked with a nonprofit organization lately for years to support journalists worldwide, especially in the issue of safety and media literacy and capacity building in general. Yeah, there is significant crackdown, in civil society in general there, and we guess the human rights defenders or bloggers or journalists and peacefully protesters, they are facing a very critical situation there. And it's apparently, many human rights organization, human rights or Amnesty or human rights defender also, they pointed figure about the situation there, how it is very dangerous and very challenging situation for especially journalists there. Yeah, since 2014, and I remember in November 2013, they passed a law to control the people and to it's called the protest law for the they said, yeah, they want to organize the protests there, but actually it was just for controlling people, especially with the revolution issue, and they took over the people and forbidden them even from expressing their or opinion or peacefully gathering. It was mostly about protesting and peacefully gathering, and because of that law, many human rights defenders also sentenced to the jail. Like, because it was the only thing we gained from the revolution, the right to protest peacefully, the right to express our opinion. And then in November 2013, they took it from us. I faced challenging like many other they are facing, and I thought Canada is the best place that I can come to. And I came to Canada and I applied and I explained my situation and they approved my case in 2019, and I got approved to be here as a safe place. That's it, and I'm physically safe. Yeah, I know the situation there is very difficult and I cannot go back. Um, and I feel safe here in Canada. It's a peaceful country because the most media outlet there, including journals, TV channels, and journals, they mostly loyal to the regime, and they try to make it harder for us as human rights defenders. They accuse us like we are uh, foreign agents or we are some part of this conspiracy theory, something like that. So it makes our life very tough, and even they like to silence all of us. I um i talked, so I got targeted, so, and it wasn't fun anymore. you know you maybe face all that kind of oppression, or even you may be in jail for false charges, or and we have some issue also with the justice there, unfair trials, and you never trust the procedure there. There is also a question about the law and orders there and the independence of judiciary system there. So yeah, it's interesting because I liked my work actually because I was a head of international relations in the nonprofit organization that I mentioned, and mostly we are focusing on building capacity, and this is why we were partner with UNESCO, especially in their unique programs about safety for journalists and the ending impunity for the crimes against journalists. And you see what happened with Khashoggi and other journalists there. They slaughtered them like, you know. Yeah, so there is a big issue with the ending impunity against the crimes which happened there and the immunity of those people, especially the authority. And also, we worked on media literacy information. This is how you provide this education for children in high schools and in schools that they can differentiate about fake news and real news. And I believe we all need that. Even in Canada here, we need to focus on something like that. Yeah, it was a unique work with UNESCO and with many other international organization. We tried our best to do something about education and about ethical journalism. Yeah, ending impunity for the crimes against journalists, it's a big issue, especially in the Middle East, because especially during the last period with all those revolutions and uprising, journalists they were there in those kind of conflict zones, and they were targeted by governments, abusive governments, or by thugs, which they are also related to governments. So we struggle to be a voice for those people and to keep the light for justice and to put the pressure on the international community to be a part of those issue and to echo our also voices and to demand justice for their victims and their families. Yeah, we just need their stories still alive. We keep writing about them. We just remind people. We use social media. We use some kind of stories about them. Just we need to keep their stories alive because maybe sometimes we reach this kind of justice. Yeah, it's mostly about campaigning through media and education programs. I remember uh, I was a part of a successful campaign to educate journalists about their safety in Morocco and some Yemeni journalists, and even in Pakistan. We uh, we organized also workshops, like 6 workshops, shops in rural Pakistan with the journalists there who are also facing a lot of challenging there with the government. And I guess many others also, because I maybe forget, but many other programs we focused on education and giving the journalists the training, especially in safety training and those issues that they need to face this kind of crackdown and violence there. And also about monitoring violation, because we established this kind of system to monitor this kind of violation against journalists and recording them and documenting them. It's I see it's very important because I'm telling you, yeah, maybe now we cannot reach this justice, but we need to uh, just keep all the evidence and document those kind of violation one time, or one day we can also reach justice. But we need to keep monitoring and documentary all those kind of violation against journalists. Yeah, because this is also the right of the society. It shaped my mind, you know. Yeah, it was my background. I studied law all my life, and I believe in law and order. I think it's shaped my mind, my passion to justice and to support the vulnerable people, and to work with those kind of values that we need to raise awareness about them. I worked with many cases, especially with the social cases. So I got this kind of fundamentally issue to, you know, to work with a case and to document all those kind of evidence. But also I got a specific program um, related to violation against journalists and how I can monitor that and how I can make a sentence or a newsletter or this kind of specific program. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you are doing a lot of work without any result, direct result. You feel, there is no justice there, we couldn't reach anything. But yeah, I think, you know, justice needs time also. And we see many cases there after maybe 30 years or 40 years we saw some kind of trial, or those people they dragged to the court and they they got the punishment they deserve, like many cases you can imagine, especially with the criminal court, international criminal court. I know it's very slow system, but we have, uh, as a peaceful people and the people who are believing in law and order and activism and human rights, we have nothing. We just are very peaceful people. We try to use our tools, which is peacefully tools, our words, our education, our learning, and we try to raise awareness about those kind of crimes and try to put pressure and try to make everyone know that we need to reach justice, because we believe also in non-violent and peaceful ways to solve all those kind of conflicts. So we need to just stick with that. We need to keep our faith in justice and work with our peaceful tools. That's it. For my working as monitoring and documentary, I know it takes time, and we have faith. One time um we maybe reach some kind of justice, as I mentioned. But we have nothing. We just use what we have. But I believe also in the people power, and they are afraid of that. You know, yeah, they're afraid of people voices, so they are trying to silence people everywhere. So we have the power, and we can make the change, and I believe everyone can make history, can make a change if in the personal level. you can make a change. This is what keeps me alive during writing. I keep writing because I feel this is the only way I know, so I can use it. Every day I'm thinking about new ideas. I'm thinking about life, world, love, peace, earth, climate change, everything. I need to think every day, and I need to produce something for myself and for the people. When I feel tired and frustrated, there is a lot of people, they are the viewers or the people who are following my work or wherever, they keep telling me, never give up, please. We need your words. You maybe make a difference. You maybe make a person day when you are publishing a word or something, people they need it, especially in this difficult time. That's what makes me alive, still alive. I can write for goals like my focus work on safety of journalists and the freedom media and freedom of speech wherever. And also sometimes I wrote something just came to my mind, and I need to share it with people. I need to share some light in this darkness times, And also, I'm working on a book which also related to the revolution there, my story about the revolution and my memories, because I am afraid to forget those memories there. So I need to also to write about those days and my participation there. And I'm writing on hate speech on media and on online social media platforms, wherever. And I guess they are very important nowadays. And people, they need to differentiate about the freedom to speak, or the the freedom how to express yourself, and the issue of hate speech. They need to differentiate and know the difference between both. Never be discouraged for being a human rights defender or an activist, because people sometimes maybe tell you you are not successful or you cannot reach succeed. But also we need to believe there is many good people there, and we need to be in touch with them.